Politicians are expected to be well-versed on everything, from healthcare to economics to the environment. But most politicians aren't doctors, academics, or scientists, so where are they getting their information? You and I read the news, but when deciding on government policy, the news isn't enough. To get an in-depth contextual look at the issues, politicians and others turn to think tanks. So what exactly is a think tank, and can they be trusted? Well, a think tank is a body of experts who do research and advocate for public policy. The institutions are often called universities without students, as their researchers ostensibly function as nonpartisan academics searching for answers to unresolved questions. Even though most think tanks position themselves as either ideologically left or right-leaning, their research is understood to be legitimate and evidence-based. Their findings are widely trusted and often used to justify new laws, political talking points, and other shifts in public policy. For instance, the 2010 Affordable Care Act's health insurance mandate originated from a proposal published 2 decades earlier by the right-leaning Heritage Foundation. However, the conservative think tank's plan was more localized and far less comprehensive than Obamacare ended up being. The first think tank originated in the 19th century in London in an effort to formalize the science of British defense and was populated by military members. This early think tank was intended to be a strictly scientific and professional society and not a club. And to this day, it provides analysis of security and defense issues. By the early 1900s, this concept made its way to the US, where philanthropist Andrew Carnegie founded a think tank to conceptualize ways to end the First World War. The think tank's leading members were even party to peace talks. Today, think tanks exist all around the world. However, nearly a third, or about 2,000, are in the United States. Think tanks are largely funded by corporations and wealthy individuals. As a result, they're at the risk of leaning in the political direction of their sponsors, which can potentially skew their findings. Documents obtained by the New York Times and New England Center for Investigative Reporting revealed that the Brookings Institution and other think tanks allegedly consulted with donors before completing studies, and the donors were able to shape the final outcome to their own interests. In a separate investigation of 75 think tanks, many of their researchers had simultaneously worked as lobbyists, members of corporate boards, or as consultants in regulatory disputes. For instance, when new regulations on internet providers were being proposed, a researcher at a powerful conservative think tank egregiously advocated against the regulations. He filed formal comments with the Federal Communications Commission and even wrote an op-ed for the New York Times, all while being paid as a consultant for an organization representing Verizon and other mobile providers. But think tanks aren't exclusively designed to support partisan arguments. They're also used around the world to improve lives. Organizations like the United Nations rely on think tanks to design plans for dealing with poverty, famine, and war in the most efficient and manageable way possible. Without think tanks, there would be a lot more uncertainty and fewer facts. If you're like me and love history, science, and exploration, you should check out Science Go, where you can binge watch all seasons, current and past, of your favorite shows. Right now, I'm watching marathons of How It's Made. Check out the link in the description below to learn more. Politicians aren't only swayed by think tanks, but also by paid lobbyists. Lobbying is a controversial practice, and some have even called it legalized bribery. So what exactly is it, and can it be good? Find out in this video.
And lobbying can be that simple. People or groups petitioning their representatives to vote for issues they care about. But that's not all lobbying is. It's also big business carried out by professionals who register with the government and are paid by third parties to lobby on their behalf.
Thanks for watching Seeker Daily. Don't forget to like and subscribe for new videos every day.